Yo, Phantomaniacs! Welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today, I thought I was going to be in Houston, Texas, but there's been a massive IT problem, disturbance, that messed up all the flights, that messed up everything else. So I'm back home and was here to receive Wreckage and the Tiger Paw from Target. So I'm going to go ahead and review them now because I'm really excited about this guy. Although, in my head, 100% positive he was green and not black. Really, really weird. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that. And there's confusion to me about the difference between Wreckage and Saber Tooth, which, by the way, two different words. Because I've got the Reaction Sabertooth figure, which is green, and my understanding, or not my understanding, I thought that Wreckage and Sabertooth were essentially the same character, and that both were green. But this guy is not green, so he kind of doesn't match the rest of Tiger Force. I don't know how I feel about it. I think the black, if I'm being honest, probably looks better, but the green would have popped more on the shelf, and you know how I like my shelf pop, and also would have matched the rest of Tiger Force, which this guy does not. Now he looks like something different. So tell me in the comments, what is your recollection of this classified Wreckage figure and what he was going to look like? Because I don't think my brain just made it up that he was going to be green. I mean, it looks great, but he's not green. All right, let's put that off to the side. We have done this before and very recently. And I will say this, I will put the wheels on correctly this time. Which, by the way, on the Ferret review, some of the commenters little harsh about me putting the wheels on wrong. Like, who cares? It was an easy fix. And for anybody else who might have put the wheels on wrong, which, by the way, quite a few people did, there it was in the video showing them how to fix it. Like, settle down, everybody. People make mistakes. There were some ridiculous comments in there suggesting that, you know, I'd done something of the same magnitude of dropping a baby on its head or something. Little ridiculous. But that's okay. That's going to happen here on YouTube. All right. Now, if I sit here and put them on the wrong way this time, feel free to roast me. That I will understand. All right, so we've got those two facing that direction, those two facing that direction. Now I want to double check the box and make sure they are supposed to, because do they go that, it wouldn't make sense for them to go that way, would it? Oh, see, now I want to go look at the Ferret and make sure I put these facing the same way. Ah. All right. I think the easiest way to do this is to push them both on at the same time. Oh, I still love this little... the suspension is so good. The Tiger Force deco is odd. This being up here is just strange. Now, I do not have an original Tiger Paw, so I can't judge the strangeness. I don't know if that's what the original looked like. Maybe it is. The eyes I get, even though they're a little tiny and weird looking, where else are you going to put them? But the mouth is just very odd. I do wish those turned, but they don't. But then if they did, maybe we wouldn't have the independent suspension, which is, quite frankly, more fun to me. All right, so there's our base. Let's get our accessories out of here, see what we got. So yeah, we got down to, and I probably will have spoken about this already on the episode of Audible Interlude that we're live streaming tomorrow night. But we get to the airport on time, a little early, because that's the best way to do it. And halfway down to the airport, ooh, that's nice. You've actually got two different colors on this one. Boy, that's bendy. I do like the black on the barrel and on the handle there, though. Makes it look a little nicer than the one that's on the Ferret. Although now I'm wondering, maybe I want to put this one on the Ferret so it livens that one up a bit and put the red one on the Tiger Paw, since this already has plenty of color anyway. I don't know. But anyway, we got to the airport a little bit early, as one should. And halfway down to the airport, we were notified that our flight was delayed. Which, you know, that happens, whatever. It's annoying, but you deal with it. And then... Then, once we get to the airport, within 10 minutes of getting to our gate, we get the notification that our flight has been canceled and there are no other available flights. Very annoying. Nice. Nice. Okay, I like the figures loadout. We couldn't get a hold of anybody at Delta. We couldn't get a hold of anybody at the travel agency, so we turned around and came back home. And then 3 hours after my initial call to the travel agency, I got a call back. They apologized profusely for taking so long to call back, and said that, ooh, that's awful, and said that today was just nuts. Look at that. I still love that silver in there, kind of looking like a headlight, and then they put a metallic paint or metallic tampo, whatever, on this as well, so it gives it a little, you know, kind of a luminescent look of an instrument display. So I said before that I'd honestly prefer it if this just... How are we doing that? Oh, okay. If they just hadn't put a winch on this, because it seems so odd to have a fake winch at this scale. Like at 1/18th scale, which, by the way, if you have not listened to my interview with, or if you've not watched my interview with Brian Flynn, do so. We discussed the whole scale issue in modern toys, or as I perceive it to be an issue. I said I'd rather just not have the winch on there at all if it's fake, because it seems really odd at 1/12 scale to have a fake piece of equipment. And I still feel that way. Pop that on there. But yeah, anyway, they eventually called back, apologized, and said that travel is just nuts right now, and that there are no flights today or tomorrow, and we'll get refunded and rebooked at some point in the future. So we will get our exploratory trip to Houston to try and figure out if we want to live there and where we want to live. Obviously, that detail part goes up on the top. I realize I'm not doing a lot of talking about the Tiger Paw itself, partially because this Houston thing has left me so annoyed, and partially because, I mean, really, what's there to talk about? Hey, look, it's the ferret with a different paint job, which is not a bad thing. That's what this should be. I enjoy Hasbro's repaints because you don't have to buy them if you don't want them. And for them to get as much use out of every piece of tooling as they possibly can is a smart thing for the line. Because some folks are going to skip this stuff, some folks are going to happily embrace this stuff, and some folks are kind of begrudgingly buy it. And the latter two are getting money into the Joe line and helping it to continue. So that's a good thing, in my opinion. This looks great. I love the colors. I love the yellow of the wheels. Still like the design of the seat a whole lot, and it's not as wide. I just thought when I reviewed the ferret, this seemed so wide to me, but it's not. It's about the right size, especially with the male figure. The smaller female figures, which, by the way, Hasbro, can we get some larger female figures, please? Every female in the world is not a petite little nymph. We need some bigger women, please. Athletic, porky, whatever. Big women. Muscle bound, just different body types, if you please. So it's great. Oh, the tampos are put on there really nicely. There are no misspelled words that I see on this one. Got the Tiger Force logo here on the side. Little American flag. I would have put G.I. Joe on this side and Tiger Force and the flag on this side, because then the flag would be oriented the other way and would maybe look a little better to my eye. It's all purely opinion. I still like the exhaust pipes with the blast ports. That's so silly. Let's throw some blast effects in there just for fun. I hope these fit, but the peg may not be long enough. Oh, there we go. That's just silly, unnecessary, but, you know, it's neat, whatever. Oh, wait, let's throw... Okay, we've got all kinds of options here. As I said, please do forgive me. I'm a little off my game today. I hadn't planned to be doing any of this sort of thing. I thought I was going to be eating seafood in Houston, Texas, not back at work. Which, don't get me wrong, I love this work. It is the best kind of work one could possibly do. But I thought it was going to be about a week before I was doing any of it again. Do I not have a matching effect for this one? All right. How about... Oh, there we go. We'll just throw 2 yellow ones on there, because why not? I did not expect this to be so loaded up. Those don't quite plug in like I want to, but whatever. I didn't expect this to be so loaded up with blast effects. That's really funny. Okay, that's enough of that. So, Tiger Paw, aside from a bendy cannon, looks pretty much like I would want it to look. This is still super weird, but whatever. What are you going to do? I'll get online after this and look and see if the original had these up here. But again, where else are they going to be? Do you just leave them off? Because then that probably would have been okay. You know what? Maybe leave this off. Put the Tiger Force logo here. Put a flag or a G.I. Joe logo here. And let's get some more stripes up here, right? Wouldn't that have been nice? Some more stripes on the yellow? But anyway, still looks cool, still looks different. Glad to have it on the shelf. Let's take a look at the Wreckage that is not the color I thought he was going to be. Ooh, almost lost his knife and his hand blaster there. Time to zoom. I said time to zoom. Okay. So we already know about the detail on his mask. His eyes have a very similar treatment to Night Force Shockwave. He's looking a little strung out there. Interesting decision. I like the detailing on his mask. It makes him look different. He's got the Tiger Force logo on his shoulder. And he is, as I said, for some reason, just black and not green. So strange to me. Now here's what we need to look at. Does he have a giant gap in his torso? And the answer appears to be no, he does not. No, he doesn't have anything remotely like what Firefly had going on as far as that torso gap. So that's good news. Figure feels good. Joints are solid but not stuck. Camo looks great. Like, I really do wish he was green, but the striping looks fantastic. High contrast. The tampos are placed very well. I like if you're going to do this figure in these colors instead of doing the green, I do think the dark brown with the lighter brown camo, the orange, like, he looks cool. I really like the look of this figure. The dark brown knee pads and elbow pads, like, they made, aside from using black instead of green, I think they made good color decisions on this one. I'm disappointed that it's not what I thought it was going to be, and I may have been wrong to think it was going to be green, but it does look good. Okay. Oh, no camo on the crotch piece, though. Note that, and it is weird and noticeable. Well, but wait a minute. Wait. However, oh, see, they almost had me, because look, this chest piece here has no camo, and then the shoulder pieces have no camo, so it actually looks like a design choice that continues down onto the front until you flip him over and see that there is some camo going up onto this shoulder piece. But I think that's more of an error. I do think this top portion here, down to here, and we could justifiably include the crotch, is meant to be just black. I like the orange turtleneck. The zipper looks good. Yeah, it looks great. All right, what else we got here? We've got the Firefly version 2 backpack, which is appropriate for this character, in the brown. Fits on nicely, looks good. You've got the two mines with nice metallic, I guess pressure sensors maybe, on the top. And those are going to go back here. Hand blaster, all brown, no blast effects. So this is one of the older style ones, but looks good. I'm sure some would prefer it not be brown. I'll say, I would prefer it not be brown. However, it is not a deal breaker for me. I've got a knife that goes in that forearm sheath. Knife, really nice sculpt on that, and silver paint or metallic paint on the blade. Right in there. A little detonator for the mines that might not store anywhere if I'm remembering right, which is so odd. And you could tuck it away somewhere if you really wanted to. I guess you got to stick it in his hand. Very strange. There's nowhere to store that. Oh, you know what? I think I did it kind of jam in there unintentionally. Or am I thinking of something else? No. Yeah, that doesn't really work. All right. And then I already kind of took a look at his submachine blaster. I don't love the differently colored parts to it. I would rather have a little paint on it, which I understand those are not the decisions that were being made. But it is a different looking weapon for a different looking Joe. I might give him something other than that just to differentiate from Firefly a little further. Because I'm not trying to say this is Firefly's twin brother or anything. So the control fits right in the hand. And then finally, he comes with, of course, safety first. You got to have a helmet to drive that tiger paw around. I like the markings on the top. It is like clutches, very Ninja Turtle-y, but okay. Let's see how it fits. Similar to Shockwaves, it fits, but not great. I'll say the same thing I said with that one. I would rather this have just been a replaceable head than a helmet. So there you go. Tiger Paw. Wreckage. Good set. I'm glad I've got it. A couple things were not what I expected, but I still think this is a really good figure, really interesting looking. He just doesn't match the rest of Tiger Force, though, which is bizarre to me, because he has no green going on. It's so strange to me that I almost wonder if there might be a running change or something. I don't know. But whatever the case, I'm going to hang on to this guy. I'm going to put him on my Tiger Force shelf, and I'm glad to have the set. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things, and until next time, buy what you like.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.